As Ken Kreitzer for CamVets Media at Army football practice. Black Knights getting set to play Notre Dame at Yankee Stadium on Saturday night. I have a chance to talk to the Army defensive coordinator, that is Nate Woody. And Coach, I watched your practice today. I thought everyone was very high energy, very confident, and somewhat loose too. How do you feel the team is getting set for Saturday night?
You know what, I think all season the guys have come out ready to practice. They have fun with it. They bring energy, and they know just it's the next one on the schedule. They got to take care of business, and they've done a good job of it. For nine straight weeks. So this is the next one on the schedule, and the guys are handling it the exact same way that they did the last 9 weeks.
So, we've been talking a little bit about the job your two inside linebackers, Andon Thomas, Caleb Fortner, and then Brett Jarena have done stopping the run. They made a lot of tackles for you. It seems like you're very solid in the middle of your defense.
I do believe that we're very solid. I think Coach Weaver has done a tremendous job of coaching those guys, and I'd probably add another linebacker to that list of names. Adam Cash has done a tremendous job for us, not only at linebacker but on special teams as well. And I think one of the things that's really stood out to me is just how quickly they diagnose plays and pull the trigger and making stops. I think that these guys, if you're going to say is there an eraser out there, I'd say you'd have to say that both of those linebackers are guys that make stops that sometimes it's not drawn for them to make, but they still get in on plays.
And Notre Dame on offense, we saw them play Navies, put a lot of points on the board. Riley Leonard, their quarterback, 1,575 yards passing. He's got over 600 yards running. What do you see in the Notre Dame quarterback, Riley Leonard?
I mean, he's a great dual threat. He's exactly, I think, the right kind of guy for that offense, and they've done a good job of utilizing his talent. I think he's a guy that can get the ball to the open receiver. He processes it well. He delivers the ball to where the receivers can make plays, and then when he's reading, whether it's the RPOs or just reading the zone read, he does a really good job of it. I think there's some times where even if he feels like the read should be a give, he knows that he can outrun that guy that's assigned to him, and he's done that on multiple occasions. So he's a guy that if the play breaks down, he's still really good with his feet and can continue to get yards for the offense and keep them on schedule.
And Coach, really all year your defense and your secondary. Just talked to Max DiDomenico, Donovan Platt, Casey Larkin, Justin Weaver, Jaden Mays have really done a great job about preventing anything going over their heads. It's been a bend don't break kind of defense. You've been really good to it on that. Is that a key in playing a strong offense like Notre Dame?
Yeah, I wouldn't use the term bend don't break. I think what our guys do is we've given up less explosive plays this year than through 9 games than we gave up through last year in 4 or 5 games. So that's the big difference is not giving up the balls through the seams of the coverage or over our head, and then from a run standpoint, we've done a really good job of containing the run and keeping that to where we stay on schedule and on our defense and give ourselves a chance on third down to get off the field. So with an offense like we've got, they've done a good job of putting points on the board, and generally it's a little bit easier to call a defense and play defense when you're winning, when you're up.
Is it just another key to put pressure on Riley Leonard and the running backs? Elo Mendoza and Chance Keith have really done a good job on that.
Yeah, I think Elo is that comes off the edge and rushes the passer more than Chance does. Chance will drop in coverage, a lot more than Elo does. But I think that both of those guys are first-year starters, and they're getting better each game of the season. I think that's important to us to grow as a defense, because each game this season gets harder and harder. And I know maybe the more you win, maybe the more value that each win gives you. So the guys have done a great job of as they gain experience, just getting better and better at what we need to do to win ball games.
Is it a big game for you in the sense of going to a big stage like Yankee Stadium, coaching against Notre Dame? Have you coached against them before?
Yeah, I coached against Notre Dame before, but it was at Michigan. When in Yankee Stadium, I think there's so much history in Yankee Stadium, and then the rivalry between Army and Notre Dame. I'm really looking forward to this go round.
Being a part of it, that's great. Yeah. Guys online.
All right.
Hey, Coach Woody, it's Sal from Black Bay Nation. How are you?
Hey, Sal.
Hey, how much does your defensive line depth help in this game against Notre Dame, do you think?
I think it helps a lot. I think that you got to give an awful lot of effort in this ball game from every defensive player that plays in the ball game. I think that up front they got big bodies that they have great balance. They have great feet. So when they collect you and get their feet moving, they're really good. They've gotten a ton better from the beginning of the season to where they're at right now, and I hadn't seen anybody that's playing better offensive line wise than what we're going to face this weekend. But likewise, you got running backs that just how quickly they accelerate and leave you and stress your leverage in the game. That it's going to be one where defensively you're going to have to do a great job of matching that acceleration. Getting off his blocks and matching that acceleration from the running back, and then getting them down, and then the quarterback does a tremendous job too of stressing you with his speed. So a lot of plays where you're going to have to sprint full speed to keep your leverage and to pursue the football. And the more that you can substitute guys, the fresher you can stay on into the fourth quarter, and that's important to us.
You've done a good job rallying to the football, the defense as a whole this year. I know that you have only given up maybe, at least talk about chunk plays, maybe 1 or 2 runs of 20 yards or more. You've been able to hold down the other team's run game. Is that the recipe for success for you guys this Saturday against Notre Dame?
I don't know. I think what you're trying to do is you try to define what your strengths are and what the other team's weaknesses are. And if you can match those, more in the ball game than they can match their strengths against your weaknesses, then you give yourself a pretty good chance to win. For us, we've done a really good job of stopping the run this year. We've done a nice job of I think defensive efficiency in the passing game. We're in maybe the top 25% or top 25 in the country, and then in the red zone, that's been something that we've taken great pride in, and I think we're still ranked number 1 in the country in that. So you get a lot of confidence when you have some rankings to where you're up near the top of the country, and that bring that to practice with you as well. I mean, it gets the guys energized, and they bring it's a great atmosphere at practice, I think. And so if you're not giving up the big play runs or the big play passes, then you're always giving yourself a chance to get off the field and keep them from scoring. And if there's 2 things that I'd really like to be high in the country, as far as the statistics go, it would be the stop rate and I guess red zone defense.
Hey, I appreciate it, Coach Woody. Good luck on Saturday.
Sure, you're welcome.
The record.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, Nate, not to disparage other teams that you faced this year, but when you game plan against a team of the quality of Notre Dame, is this like you're game planning against 9, 10, 11 guys who are just exceptional versus, say, 1, 2, 5?
No, not really. I think that everybody we played against, we see that there's a talent that they have and how they use it, and we try to do a good job of again, I think matching our strengths against their weaknesses, or limiting their strengths. And does Notre Dame have some outstanding talent? Absolutely, no doubt. But still, I mean the techniques in the scheme of the defense remain the same, week in and week out, and you might play some coverages more than others each week, but the recipe is still the same. Just play with leverage, and if a guy misses a tackle, there needs to be somebody else from a pursuit standpoint that's going to be there to have your back, and just keep the other team out of the end zone. So whether it's 11 guys with outstanding talent, or just a few guys with some type of talent, still you're gonna match or play whatever front or coverage that is, and execute that the best that you can.
Nate, does this Notre Dame offense remind you of any other team that you faced in the last couple of years?
A little bit like Notre Dame when we faced them when I was at Michigan. I thought they had some good tight ends, good receivers. Quarterback was able to move around, pretty good, and good tailback. Offensive line was outstanding. So yeah, I mean it's. I think this is a good football team. It's a really good football team. They won a lot of football games, and they're ranked really high in the country. But this is, for us, it's just got to be the next one on the schedule. That's it, and we're going to walk in there and just do what we do.
Nate, Max Domenico was in here a few minutes ago. Can you just sort of give us your admiration for him and how he's developed over the years and what he's become?
There's a reason that Max is the captain of our football team. Our defensive guys really look up to him, and I don't think it's just the defensive guys. I think a lot of the guys on the team do, because he is a captain. But his communication skills, his football IQ is something that has gotten us where we are today. And you knew it when he was a freshman that he understood football and could process making adjustments before some of the other guys could. Just a tremendous character. Great effort, and he's been a playmaker for us. So I could go on and on and on about how Max has benefited this program, but he's a guy that guys listen to, and he's right, and I think that's one of the reasons that we've had success defensively.
Baseball question. Do you like baseball, and what's it like playing in Yankee Stadium because of the baseball heritage?
Yeah, one of the first things I did when I moved to New York was go to a Yankees game, and of course you grow up and you hear about all the great, the Babe Ruth, the Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantles, Joe DiMaggio's, and on and on and on and on. My whole life, I do. I love baseball, and to go into Yankee Stadium is an honor. To play against Notre Dame is that is too. It's great to play against the best teams in the country, and we look forward to it. And whether we're playing in Arlington or whether we play in Yankee Stadium, we still got to buckle up our chin straps the same way that we always do, and go out there and just take care of business.
And what team are you a fan of, baseball-wise?
I grew up close to Atlanta, and I lived just like one exit down from the Braves ballpark. So I'd go see them, and saw them play a lot. Saw Hank Aaron back in the day. Loved the Braves, and I still appreciate all the other Major League Baseball teams as well. I love the game, and the Yankees is always a team that I love to watch on TV and I pull for on occasion in the past.
Last one. Late in the season, I asked Max this as well. It's got to be tough on the players. These aren't professional players, although I know you guys expect some professional attitudes, but how tough is it to get through at this stage of this season? I know each game is important, so that should be enough motivation, but still, it's got to be tough to be going through such a long season.
It is tough to go through a long season. It's tough because of all the schoolwork that you got to do and all the other work that you got to do outside of school. And then on top of that, you got to be able to get practice done. You got to get games. You got to travel. So there's a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff in it for them as well. You go. The more you win, the excitement just keeps building. And when you put together it's not easy to put together a season like we have so far, and to understand that we're not finished yet. You got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You got to take care of studying your opponent. You got to understand what techniques are most important this week, and there's a lot of focus and mental effort in this game that maybe some people don't realize. The physical part of it, I think everybody understands. The mental part of it is it's just so much more time consuming with the mental approach in today's game. The game has changed so much with the way you can get on the internet and you can get plays and formations and motion adjustments and the different routes and all that stuff can go from one side of the coast to the other, where in the old days you couldn't do that. It would take time to get that stuff out. So there's a lot of the best that you see from each team and each offense that you see week in and week out. So it's a lot of work to do, and our kids are up to the task, and they're very mature. I think they look at each opportunity as another opportunity to win, and they don't get so emotional that they can't just focus on what's important.
Thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Coach. You're all set.
All right.